Yes, sophisticated motoring. Yes, I also like sophisticated motoring. I do too. Small engines, yes, small engines. It's all about the handling and the sound. Yes, yes, yes. Me, big boy.
Aw, himbo.
Chevy Corvette Z06 is what I always hoped I would drive. Aw
yeah, my Corvette Z06! I'm as big and dumb as a car can come. God, I'm so dumb. But my pecs look like Steve Rogers' chest after he came out of his sip cocoon. Z06. Aw, himbo. Aw, yeah, I'm done doing JFK.
Yeah, I never study, but I get an 85% on every test because thirsty assistant principal former guard girl wants to touch me. My name is Z06. I had to write my horsepower number on the side so I don't forget. Yeah, I'm Z06. I look at Pornhub in class, and if it's study hall, I bust right in my Jordan shorts. I have like 10 of them I got for free because my jawline is sharper than Aaron Eckhart's. I'm Z06. I carry 2 trays during lunch. I'll have to pay for the second one because I'm a football.
Aw, you're such a himbo.
Yeah, I curl my books in between classes and Mr. Hepper smiles and says, "There goes a real American." He told me I'll be governor someday. My favorite Beach Boys song is Imagine.
Corvette C6 Z06. There's nothing to get. No deeper meaning. This car is a McMansion with an American flag on the porch, a basketball hoop above the garage door, an in-ground pool out back, and congratulations, you've made it. You bought the better Corvette. Your average 6th-generation Corvette has a 6-liter LS2 V8. But the Z06 has the 7-liter LS7. No supercharger or confusing engine management. Just a hunk of aluminum with cylinders so wide they almost touch. The product is an unrestrained manual transmission car that feels like it is driving in snow at all times. The rear wheels can't be wide enough. I let the clutch out a little bit too swiftly at 1,200 RPM and they spun. I rolled in it too fast, going straight in second gear, and the rear wheels spun. I saw those 2 patches behind me and I wished for an "I'm sorry" horn. The Z06 for the 6th-generation platform had one goal. Be a Corvette that will go 200 miles an hour. This is a Z06 stock height, and there's no nose lift feature to clear speed bumps, or dips, or less than flush parking lot transitions. But the Z06, for all its hypercar top speed, was still the mid-tier Corvette, between the base and the ZR1. The ZR1 had the 638 horsepower 6.2-liter supercharged LS9. But some people slosh their bellies and argue that Z06 is best Corvette because it's the most pure Corvette. It's the most true to the C2 427 best Corvette. No, my Corvette, my Z06 is best Z06 because it comes in supersonic blue metallic with the 3-liter Z-Option package. That's the top tier trim, best trim. And my Z06 is best Z06 because Z07 performance package, which best gives you the mag ride, better cooling, carbon fiber brakes, and better butter big wheels. And my Z06 is best Z06 because CFZ carbon fiber packages, which come back, I'm not done. Yes, it gets you carbon fiber parts from the ZR1, which is the front splitter, side skirts, rear spoiler, and roof. So all of that pretty much, hold on,
pretty much gets it makes my Corvette a carbon limited edition Corvette, but it's not carbon limited edition, but it's pretty much the same thing. I'll pay for lunch. I just have to tell you that the only thing my Corvette doesn't have is a carbon fiber hood. But that's okay. I don't mind. I mean, you could get them, but I don't really need it because my Corvette is best Corvette because I disabled the CAGS skip shift and Borla exhaust because I need big boy barbels.
Corvette C6 Z06. If I had a nickel for every time I heard a Corvette described as a midlife crisis car, I'd have more nickel than all the keys on a janitor's belt hook.
You say saying first, huh?
Yeah, do it.
Over time, what we've come to realize is that the Corvette is every bit for the quarter-life crowd, herding the bar-hopping grazing of the free-range himbo. The man whose favorite video game is JOI videos, walking around the sheets with his nose peeking out of his mask like a half-honest Pinocchio. A man who recedes from his own thoughts like a low tide. He's not afraid of the dark because of what might come out of it, but from what his brain might find lurking within. And lo, the cries of the beta ringing in the autumn air as the himbo crests the horizon, their tears hurting a most exquisite anguish. Corvette C6 Z06. You could close your eyes and describe what you see, and it still would be more than what you're missing out on in this car. It's the automotive equivalent of the sewer level in Dark Forces, ushering your way through the sludge and the pitch black of high hopes and low expectations. The C6 Corvette was inspired by designer Tom Peters' boner for military aircraft and early Stingrays, since the body was a reconfigured C5, taking cues from the C2 Corvette and the Air Force's YF-22 Interceptor. It was a slimmer, less bulky, more aggressive looking, which is more aggressive, the base C5 or the base C6? I can't find a personal answer for myself, but I do agree that the C6 is less in a cutting edge way and more of a bodybuilder with too much spray tan sort of way. Pure, white knuckle, navel gazing adequacy. Too endearing to hate, too frustrating to boast about. The C6 Z06. It's a himbo, a great, big, golden retriever of a man who leaves weight loss supplements on your doorstep without thinking about what that implies. It doesn't take much to make a Z06 owner happy. Just belly rubs and French toast for cheat day. For the himbo, print media is still alive so long as Saggy Jugs Monthly still runs. After all, it's his second favorite book after the Spark Notes for Catcher in the Rye. Hey, Salinger! Holden Caulfield sucks. I get it. I get that's the point. But good lord, it's like listening to every Last Jedi video essay at the same time. Except instead of complaining about Star Wars, it's complaining about existence. Chevrolet Corvette C6 Z06. It's 2011. Skyrim just came out, and it's bending Father Time over a barrel of Argonian blood wine and thrusting 9 years of your life away. Lego becomes the world's largest rubber tire manufacturer, and the average price of a gallon of regular gas is $3.53. And GM's stock price is finally recovering from the economic recession. Woo! The boys are back in town! And they're balls deep into the 58th anniversary of the Corvette, which is such a baffling and arbitrary year to celebrate, but I guess they wanted to sync up with the milestone 100th millionth engine to come out of the line at the GM Performance Build Center. Either way, to celebrate, Chevy offered a very special Z06 option for this year, the Regular Production Option PBC, which got you into the Production Build Center to assemble your own engine personally with the staff. And it only cost an extra $5,800. It was largely viewed as a pointless exercise, reserved mostly for the diehards and people who want a new story to tell at dinner parties. Of the 13,848 Corvettes sold in 2011, only 1,156 units were Z06s. So it seems rare, but mostly because contemporary consumers weren't having it. And why would they? It's something you get just to say you have it. Something you do just to say you've done it. It's a Corvette that goes 200 miles an hour, just to say it's possible. It's something you have so you can lie and say you did. The C6 Z06 has all the earmarks of a young relationship, where the fact that you have a girlfriend at all is cooler than the reality of who that person is. Of course, in defense of the Z06, people find value in different things. You fall in love with something or someone because you can't really help it. And even if that feeling eventually passes, those emotions are very real in the moment. And the C6 Z06 is a very in-the-moment car. I have Herculean torque at every moment. I am faster than most small jets' takeoff speed. I am not meant for the public roads, but it doesn't disqualify itself from being fun. Hell, I don't think being young should disqualify a person from being able to say that their love was real. Sometimes we look back on our young relationships, whether it was a Mercury Tracer on rims or the girl in third period French, and we'll reminisce and say, oh man, what was I thinking? And then other times we'll look back with regret, with the hindsight that only walking through 1,000 crowded bars with a himbo wingman can offer, and say, man, I never had it better than I did back when I was 23. The Z06 doesn't meet the standard of what one would expect from a Z06. But maybe it's that way by design, an empty-headed experience that you're not supposed to think too hard about. It's a Nicolas Cage movie. You just roll with it. These cars have their place, just like the noble himbo has his. Because like Flannery O'Connor once wrote, good man is hard to find.
Corvette Z06, Corvette Z06, I really like to own. Oh, they came out in 2005 for 2006 for the brand new model year. You're a piece of yesteryear. Wait, did I just rhyme year with year? Oh, nuts.